Well, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Tim and I have been working in the shop here, getting the floor swept up and stuff out of here so we can bring the Super Bees in. Get working on those when weather gets colder. But let's go fire up the Pete. Or I should say, let's go fire up Pete.
Hi, I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter. Our family has been blessed to farm in Montana
For over 100 years now.
And it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have
and blessings from our Savior,
Jesus Christ.
See what I mean? It's not a Peterbilt, it's just Pete. Well, I'll have to charge it, I guess. Got a better charger going than the bad Av. Let's see. Nope. Alrighty, let's try it now. Nope, man. Here they come in. Well, it is time to work on getting these trailers and this truck on the road. So one of the things on the truck is I gotta get a pyrometer stuck on it. It is a Cat Assert twin turbo, as you can see right there. 2 turbos on this truck. And they put a big tune into it. When it was advertised as a 550. And when I test drove it, I figured that doesn't seem like a 550. Seems less than that or whatever. So whether or not that's why the guy took it to the shop or not, I don't know. They plugged into it and it was set at 475. So the shop asked him what tune he wanted to put in it. He said put the big one in it, which I need to verify this, but he told me it was like 675 horse. So I'm afraid of melting this thing down without a pyrometer in it. So I ordered a pyrometer kit and I got the tap or the die. I don't remember which end this one is. This must be the tap. And there's actually a hole already in it for a pyrometer. Just threads are a little buggered up. There's no plug in it, which is probably good because plugs would be hard to get out. So I'm gonna fire this thing up after I get everything ready. And that way the air will blow any shavings out and it won't get down by the vanes of the turbo and potentially wreck something. So it is on the very end, at least going out, so it probably wouldn't be an issue, but I'm not gonna risk it. Well, we got the pyrometer mounted. Still have to tighten that up and I figure out exactly how far in I want it. The blue line ran up and across the firewall. Goes through the firewall. Right here. Bunch of different holes. There's a silicone that in yet. Got the dash apart. Got the wire fished up. Found some power to the key on. Now for the risky part of, I think I'm going to mount it right here. I drill a hole out. Got the center dash out. Should be fun. Well, I found center. Straight edge you come across. Get my vertical mark and then my vertical mark for distance and horizontal mark to get them lined up. So get that drilled first. The pilot hole and then a hole saw to mount the gauge. Well, the hole is drilled. I did have to use a Dremel to make it just a little bit bigger because I just had a 2-inch hole saw, not a 2 1/16. So nice snug fit. We'll get it all wired up, tightened up, and put everything back together. Now we gotta replace these halogen bulbs with some good LEDs because, well, there's lots of deer around here, and I want to see them before I hit one, so I can avoid hitting it. So these are just off Amazon. They are super nice. I don't even know what the brand are, but we've got them in the other 2 trucks. Let's see. They're on the Amazon store in the link below. So What do you think? That a little better? I think so. Well, these bulbs are pretty easy to change. Just take the old halogen one out. Just 2-prong. This would be a high beam only. And these lights, if I can get them out of the box, have a little pigtail in the back of them. They just plug right in. Make sure they're turned the right way. And then these low beams, you have to aim them a little bit down because they are still crazy bright on low. High beams take a little extra. You got to figure out how they get wired because sometimes the trucks are different than the lights. They're all the same, I guess, so they send this little pigtail that you can adjust which configuration they go into the factory plug. So get that remounted and then show you guys how to wire the high beam. Might not be the same on everything, but I've had to figure out on this truck. Alright, so back there you can see the green factory wires. That goes to black, black goes to white, and red goes to red, I think. We'll plug it in and test it out. If you get right, you can tell the top bulb's not on, so that's low beams. Go turn the high beams on. See if they all come on then. Yep, there we go. They're wired right. So get that mounted. And make sure you tape up that pigtail. Open ends could arc. Be a bad day. Because then that's wouldn't work. And you wonder why. Well, now those lights, I know if someone's going to ask, where do I get them? Amazon. This is the 3rd set I've installed in trucks. The teal truck and my other white truck. I've had them for a couple of years and they are awesome. You can see reflectors along the highway glowing for 2 miles down the road on a flat stretch of highway. So the high beams are awesome. Really light everything up really nice. See the deer at night and anything else. But you can get them in the link below. There's an Amazon link. We got a few things shared in there. So go check that out if you want to order a set. They I don't remember how much they were. I want to say they're like 80 bucks a set. Maybe they're 160 bucks a set. I don't remember, but they're a good price for how crazy bright they are. So, well, next on the to-do list, put these Rob Marr plastic fenders on. They look pretty sharp. Not exactly the same color red, but with all that red on the trailer and that, I think it's gonna look pretty sharp. So, first step we do is dump the air, and then we're going to put 2x2s on top of the tires, get the fenders spaced up so we don't drag the fender on the tire if the suspension's down. And then we're also going a little bit extra high because these are low pro 22.5s, and if we want to put 11R 22.5s on, we want that extra clearance. It's like 1.5 inch difference between those 11R 22.5s and these, whatever they are, 295, 75s, something like that. So yeah, we'll get these spaced on there, get that fender up to the right height, and then figure out where we put our mounts. All right, so we got our fenders where we want them. We checked the difference when we dump the air to what it's at the normal ride height.
And now I have a headache.
And now Tim's tired of thinking. So it drops down to like 24 5/8 frame height. Aired up, it's a 28 1/4, somewhere in there. So we measured the difference. We got the difference in there below the fender to the top of the tire. It won't rub, even with the bigger tires. So we got it all just blocked up off the ground so we can stay consistent on the shop floor all the way around. I think we're ready to start measuring for holes. We've got a drill and start pulling bolts out that we can use for existing holes. Well, they're all installed. Went really good. Just the worst part is trying to figure out how high you want them and all that. So once we had that done, man, I think Tim said he looked at his phone and it was only less than an hour to do this side. So once you have a little pattern down and everything, it goes pretty good. So Rob Marr fenders, put the link in the description below there. They seem really solid. Nice sturdy fender. So if you're looking for a set of truck fenders, they're pretty economical compared to the other guys. Well, something we put on all of our trucks is these minimizer slip discs. This one you have to grease the plate themselves. You don't get grease everywhere when you wash stuff. And then you don't have all the grease underneath here. We just grease kingpins in. So I got I already drilled some of the holes in that. So I'm just gonna have to drill a couple more for the slide rails for these, oh, what do they call these things? Anyways, the part that the trailer hits when you back up. Ram bars. So get those drilled yet. Honestly, they drill pretty good in that fifth wheel plate considering I thought they'd be harder steel, but I guess they're just cast. So, but yeah, we'll bolt that down and just need to run power for the electric tarps on the trailer yet. Get power back here. And this truck should be ready to hit the road. I do have I found a used herd bumper to put on the front of this yet, but we'll have to get that here from Minnesota. Buddy went and picked it up for me. And we'll get that home, get that polished, and put that on here eventually, so. The slick plate from May Wes is on, but we gotta get that cord ran yet so we can power the openers on there. And then I think the truck is ready. That's not the truck leaking, that's the air compressor. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, farm hard, pray harder, and we'll see you next video.